Hello friends, this is Raj Sasi from Raj Option Trading. Today is November 8, 2021. We will talk about quick market update and talk about TTM Squeeze, one of my favorite indicator by John Carter. So let's talk more about TTM Squeeze and what stocks we can buy that can really go out of its trading range, go higher. So with that, we'll look at TTM Squeeze with the stocks having volume greater than 1 million and breaking out of trading range. Then we'll take it a notch higher and look at low debt candidates. That will also give us a good idea because these are stronger candidates. And then we'll also look at this one more indication here, TTM Squeeze as well as high short ratio. These stocks cannot wait. They have to go up or down quickly. So we can make some money with this one also. So with that, let's jump in here and get a quick market update. From a market update perspective, House passes $1 trillion bipartisan bill here. I think this can help all these infrastructure type stocks here. Think about material, think about some of the internet stocks, and think about electric vehicle charging stocks. Those can all go higher with this $1 trillion infra bill here. And then we got your Federal Reserve announced this week. It will begin unwinding. So it's also called tapering, as you might have heard. So this is where it will slowly taper its $120 billion monthly bond security purchase. So this can have some pressure on the interest rate as bonds, Fed start unwinding bonds. The demand for bonds will go down and price of the bonds will go down. That will basically make ensure the interest rates are going to go higher. So as interest rates go higher, then we can have some effect on the stock market where folks can go out of stock into the bonds because interest rates are higher there. So that's why you got to be a little bit careful here and go from there. And then you got your job market is doing very well. A lot of people I know, they're resigning from the current jobs, taking a better paying job. So that's what's going on here. So this is one thing we have to watch out carefully here. As job market is strong, that might give a catalyst for the the Federal Reserve to increase the interest rate. That's why you got to be a little bit careful here. And then you got your the retail sector here. They are really hailing, or they are really thinking this travel ban can help them with the international tourism and shopping. So that's a good news here. We'll see how it goes. And generally, we got Berkshire Hathaway. We did very well. So I think that's the good news here. Finally, Buffett has made his mark here. It's always good to see Buffett is doing great with this Berkshire Hathaway. So with that, let's jump in here and look at the market. So from a market perspective, this is a Friday's one-day action here. On Friday, we got all these major indices doing very well here. Started strong, came down in the middle, then went up. Typical pattern many days. And then you got your stock futures. Futures are doing great here. A little bit of bounce here, as you can see, a small bounce in the futures. That's always good here. Now let's jump into the big stock news in these TTM Squeeze names here. We got movie theaters are struggling here. AMC is trying to sell its popcorn here. So even though there is no movie theater, AMC wants to sell its popcorn. That's always good news. AMC is trying to think through how can they make money in this environment by doing something like similar to this. Even though movie theaters are closed, if they keep selling their popcorns in these grocery outlets, they can make some good money here. As you look through here, AMC on the news went up 4%. They're doing great here. RSI is 55. It's okay to buy AMC on the down days here and take it from there. Look here, 1 year, 1,706% increase, great increase here. So I would be a buyer of AMC on the down days here and take it from there. I think their CEO is always thinking of ways to monetize this company here. And then we got Amcor here, upgraded to buy. As you look through here, we got a $12 stock here. It's been struggling, as you see here. One day a little bit down here, and just 14% in 1 year. And as you look through RSI level here, RSI is 56, a little high here. You could slowly buy, or you could wait for a little more pullback here. Then you got APN here. It's a low code type business process, business workflow type company here. They got a lot of low code driven workflow engine. So as you see here, they report a Q3 loss here and tops revenue estimates. This company is really wild company here. As you scan through here, they have a very bad down day here, 12% down on Friday here. RSI 60. I will be slowly buying APN here. It's a good company. They're down so much here. They're just up 29% for the year. You can still buy some APN here and take it from there. And then you got here Axonics here, AXNX. They report a Q3 loss here. Stock has pulled back a little bit. You could still buy AXNX here, given RSI is just 51. I think it's a good one to buy, with this news here. And then you got B and G Food here. They missed the earning estimate. Look what happens. Stock still went up. It's up 2.2% here, 26% for the year. So you could still buy some B and Gs, but I would say wait for a little pullback here. RSI is a little higher for me. I would look for a little pullback here. Then you got here CDE. It's a gold mining type play here. Stock is at $6 here. I would still buy some CDE here. It's a great stock. It's been struggling this year, as you can see here, down 7%. I would be a buyer of CDE, low price gold and metals type stock here. And then you got Clovis Oncology here. Q3 loss wider than expected. Revenue lags. Stock promptly came down 3.3%, down 22%. If you're up for it, you could slowly accumulate some and sock it away, and this will come back after a while. And then you got Dynavax here, DVAX. They have Q3 earnings and revenue surplus estimates here. But look what happened to the stock here. Stock clocked here, came down big time here, 22% down. I would be willing to buy some Dynavax here. Off late, all these vaccine names are coming down, including Moderna. I would be slowly buying some DVAX into this bad news here. It's done great for 1 year still. And then you got Electronic Arts here. I think it's good to buy some of these video game plays here. Electronic Arts, it came down 2%. Their earnings jump and top line rises, but still stock came down here. I would be a buyer of EA, Activision Blizzard, and even Take-Two Interactive and Zynga. All work here. And then you got ADM here. It acquired Deerland Probiotics here. As you can scan through, stock has done okay on that news here, up 42%. RSI is just 53. I'll be still willing to buy some ADM here into this news and good go from there. So with that, now what we'll do is we'll look at a few stocks here and see what are the stocks with a nice TTM indication. So you might wonder, what is this TTM squeeze? Why should I care? So what TTM squeeze does is really, it's got a squeeze indication, as you can see here. Whenever you see a red dot here, that tells you at the time there is a tight compression of volatility and the Bollinger Band is inside the Keltner channel. So whenever you see tight compression of volatility, that means volatility has to, the energy has to be released either up or down. So what John Carter tells is really, whenever you see a red dot, at that time keep watching the longer term C wave. If the longer term C wave is above zero, this is the zero line as you can see here. If the longer term C wave is above zero, then you can go long, meaning you can buy stock outright, or you can buy option, call option or call spread. That's why this is one of the powerful indication. The moment you see a red dot, then you look for the long-term C wave, and if it is above zero, you could go long. So in this scenario for this stock, it's a little bit a timestamp, little older timestamp here. As you see a red dot, after that there's a green dot, which means it's okay to buy now. The moment you see green dot, first green dot, it tells you the energy is ready to be released here. So if the C wave is above zero, you could go long and buy stock or buy call option. So in this scenario, coast is clear. There's a red dot, first green dot. C wave is above zero, go buy stock or go buy call option, delta 70 or higher. And typically I like to see multi time frame here. I got a 1 day, 1 year. I got a 3 day, 2 year, 5 day. This is really weekly, 5 year, and monthly. I like to see squeeze in multiple time frames, so that way I know a daily squeeze will last for a couple days. A 2 day squeeze will last for like maybe a multiplication of 2 here, maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 days, and then weekly squeeze will last for a couple of weeks, and monthly squeeze can last a couple of months. That's why I like to see this chart. It tells you when the stock is going to go out of its trading range. It's very difficult to hold a stock for a long time and the stock still stays in the trading range or goes lower. Whereas with this indication, you can cut down your waiting time and only buy when there is a squeeze here and the first green dot. That will basically eliminate your waiting time. The key is to understand whether it will go down or up by looking at the C wave and a couple more indicators that we'll look at. So with that, let's jump in here and go through a few more details here. As you scan through here, first what we'll do is we'll look at TTM Squeeze with the volume greater than 1 million, and we'll also sort this by high volume on the top and low RSI, low IV percentile. So low RSI means stocks have been pulled back, have room to run higher, and low volatility means it's really low volatility. According to John Carter, it's always good to buy low volatility stocks when you want to go long or when you want to buy stock or call option. So this is our first screen here. We'll look at some candidates and go from there. As you look here, we got Apple, $1 trillion market cap here, a great stock right now. I think it has got a weekly squeeze here. And as you look through here, Apple has been going higher in 1 day, 10 day, 1 month. So there's still more room to run here in Apple. Look here, we got IV percentile just 11 in Apple. So with this, we'll go into a little more detail on the Apple. Probably a candidate for a long play here. You could buy stock or you could buy call option and take it from there. And you've got a few more as you can scan through here. You've got AMC here. AMC has again a weekly squeeze, as you can see here. This has been going up pretty vigorously in last couple of days here. I would be willing to wait here instead of jumping in the bandwagon at this time here. And we got a few more here. Applied DNA here, $5 stock. Very low cap here, $42 million market cap. Nice sales growth, nice gross margin. This has been trying to go higher. As you can see here, there's a daily squeeze. Stocks like this, given it's trying to go higher slowly and there's a daily squeeze, you could get into this one and sock it away. And we've got a few more here. We got Dynamax that we talked about, MGM, and a few more as you can scan through here. We could look at some of these here. Keep watching how the stock is doing in the near term. If you see a small turnaround, you'd jump in and buy. But if you see stock has done great already, like New Gold here or like AMC and few others, like see here we got one more here, CDE. I think you can still buy here, but otherwise you could buy those stocks here and go from there. And in this one, I think I got this some of these high RSI candidates. What you could also do is look at the low RSI candidates. For example, you got AMC here, low RSI candidate. You got MGM that also works here. Focus on the low RSI candidates, and for now you could avoid the high RSI candidates like Apple, like New Gold, and so on and so forth. That will serve you a little better here because stocks have room to run ahead. So with that, next chart is a few more. It's a continuation here. We got few more stocks here. Keep watching RSI levels here in this chart. Probably you can look at AXNX with a low RSI here. Stock is down, you could buy some and sock it away. And you could also look at a few more candidates with low RSI here. We got COGT here, Cogent Bio. You could buy this one also. There is a 1-day squeeze here, and stock is turning around here. Next, what we'll do is we'll look at a few more candidates here with the TTM Squeeze, low RSI, and low volatility or IV rank here, and also low debt to equity. So we might get some better candidates here. Looks like here we got also high RSI candidates here. I think what we'll do is we'll basically go into the spreadsheet here and look at some of these things with the low RSI candidates. I will do that in a minute and we'll take it from there. And then we'll look at next screen here. Next screen is really high short ratio and volume greater than 1 million and low RSI, low IV rank. This is where we got TTM Squeeze meets the short ratio. These are some stocks, they can't wait to go high or low. This could be the good candidates for you to take a look at also. As you look through here, we got some high RSI candidates. Probably you can, if you're going long here, be a little bit careful. If the stock had dropped a lot, then you can still go and buy them. For example, DVAX could be okay, but be careful of high RSI candidates here. Instead, you could look at low RSI candidates like AMC here, and also the one here, which is AXNX. Those two are the good ones here. So with that, what we'll do is we'll look at a few candidates here. We'll open our spreadsheet and see if we can buy some good stocks here and take it from there. What I will do is I will go into the spreadsheet here and look at few candidates and take it from there. All right, I think it should be coming up here. Let's give it a minute. All right, so we got our most active stocks here. What I will do is I will quickly put a quick few things here, and then we'll go from there. I'll take off the ribbon here and formula bar, message bar. We can see a few more stocks here. There you go. And what we'll do is we'll just sort this here. We already have the filter. So we want to look at the candidates where there's a TTM squeeze. What I will do is I'll go all the way here and look at the squeeze indication here and squeeze true. So that should give us all the squeeze candidates here. All right, next what we'll do is we'll say we want volume greater than 1 million shares traded. So let's go after the volume here and go from there. There, we got good volume here. And then we want low RSI like we talked about. Let's say RSI less than 51 here. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. So now we got all these great stocks with a low RSI. And we can also say I want gross margin greater than 10%, so that way we get stronger candidates here. We don't want stocks that are not making too much money when it comes to gross margin. All right, so now we got that filter also here. Now you should be getting some good names as you can scan through here. So what you could do is you could look at this list. What I will do is I will hide some of these rows, so you don't need to worry about some of these columns here. We got a lot of information. I will hide some of these so you can look at the squeeze also here. And probably I'll hide a couple more rows. You could get a good idea here. All right, I think that should do it here. And probably I'll hide one more so we can look through a few more things here. All right, so now I think we are getting somewhere now. As you can scan through here, we've got a lot of great stocks. A few of them have got 3-day squeeze here. Few of them have got daily squeeze here. Look here, Disney. Disney has a daily squeeze. That's a good one here. And we got few more here. We got monthly squeeze going on here in AUY Yamana Gold. That could be a good one for this gold stock. I've been buying some of these gold stocks on the down days. Those are good ones to buy and take it from there. And we got few more as you can scan through. What we'll do is, this is the whole list as you can see here. We got about 79 stocks as you can see here, and we'll also sort this by high volume on the top, so that way you get stronger, more liquid candidates on the top here. There you go. Now we are getting all these stronger, more liquid candidates on the top here. We got Rewalk, very small stock as you can see here, 98 million dollar market cap. Stock has gone higher too quickly. Many times I would skip pass on these type of candidates where it's gone so high, and instead look at better names where there is still room to run. For example, Barrick Gold is a good one here. It's a gold stock. It's trying to slowly make a move here. Let's take a look at Barrick Gold here and see if you can buy this one. So as you scan through, I will go into this a chart here. Look at gold, Barrick Gold. All right. So as you can scan through here, Barrick Gold stock has been humming along pretty well. We had earnings already. After the earnings, stock is trying to go higher slowly, as you can see here. From a DMI perspective, bullish crossover. The blue line crossed over red line. That's a good sign here. On the balance, volume is picking up here. That's also a good sign. And check-in money flow is slowly turning higher slowly. That's also a good sign. So coast is clear from a chart perspective. Now let's go into TTM Squeeze indication by John Carter. So let me go here. As you can see here, let me make it a little bigger here. All right, so we got squeeze in the 3-day chart here. As you can see here, when the squeeze is formed, shorter term A wave is above 0. It's 0.28 as you can see here. Longer term C wave is below 0. This is where you have to also look at the shape of the curve. The curve itself is trying to curve up here. So if it is curving up like this, even though it's below 0, you can be a contrarian and you could buy this stock here. Given stock is fallen off here and the low IV percentile, and the curve is going in the right direction. You could be a contrarian here, buy some gold and take it from there. And as you scan through the longer term here, on the longer term you got A wave or a longer term C wave is above 0. That also gives you some indication there is some strength in the longer term. So you could trade, basically buy this stock or the option, knowing the curve is curving upward here, and also longer term in a monthly chart it's above 0. So with that we could go into our option chain here, and you could buy the stock outright. Gold is $19 stock here. It has gone as high as $29. You could just buy some gold. But if you don't want to buy gold outright, you could also buy some call option here. You could go 130 day out here. And look here, we got put call ratio 0.11 here, and lot of call option sold or traded and few put option. That tells you it's highly bullish. In the option market, folks are betting this stock will go higher. That's why they're buying more call options and less call options. So with that, as you look through here, we got option chain 130 days out, March 22. Keep watching the open interest here. A lot of open interest at say $18, $19. And as you scan through here, we got more open interest at $20. So that's why folks are really betting this stock will go higher. You could buy the stock outright, or you could buy some Delta 70 option, something like this one here. Delta 70 works here. You can pay $2.20 here and just buy this call option and confirm and send here. If the stock goes above $20.20 by March here, 18th March, you'll make money. Otherwise, you will not make money. That's the break-even point here. Every dollar stock makes a move here, your option will go higher by 71 cents, indicated by the delta here. So if you're a little more conservative, hey, you know what, I'm not too sure if the stock will go about 20 or not, you could play the the spread game here. That's what many people do. they don't know where the stock will go, they want to be a little more conservative. So you could do a spread game here by saying, you know what, stock is at $19. I would do a spread here. I would do, probably 17 and 22 spread here. You could do something like that, 17. Or you could do a $10 spread. Stock being at 19 here, you could do 15 and 25 spread at $10 wide spread here and go from there. So 15, 25 spread here. There you go. So you're paying $4.34 for the spread here. As you scan through, now your break-even point is below the current stock price here, $19.34. And your max profit is 566. Your max loss is 434. So you're more than doubling your money here. This is for you who want to be a little more conservative and buy a spread instead. And some folks don't want to spend so much money on the spread. They say, you know what, I want a lower spread here, or a lower price spread. You could do a $5 wide spread also here. You could do something like, you could say, I want 17-22 spread. So you could do something like 17 here and 22. That's a $5 wide spread here. So if you do something like this, you're just paying $225 here, and your profit potential is $275. You're more than doubling your money here. This could be a better bet for folks who don't want to put too much money, or you have a lower account size. You could buy a spread like this and participate here. Watch here, still your break-even point is below the current stock price. That's why it's a conservative strategy here. You could do something like this. With that, we'll look at one or two more stocks here and go from there. As you walk through here, keep watching here. We got on track here. $11 stock has done nicely. I would not go after this one here. I would rather go after a candidate where it's not gone up so tremendously here. As you scan through here, we got one more here. HAL Halliburton. I would skip here. Many folks I know don't like the oil and gas stocks. We will skip that one here. And look here, we got Medtronic here. Medtronic is also trying to make a small move here. RSI is 41, IV percentile is 25. You could do the same thing on the Medtronic here and go from there. So let's go into our chart here and bring up Medtronic MDT. So as you look through Medtronic here, we could go into TTM Squeeze chart here. We got a daily squeeze. That's a good one. When the daily squeeze happened, keep watching the longer term C wave here. It's below zero. I would probably skip this one here. Let's look to, oh, you know what? This is also a good one here. So even though it's below zero here, keep watching the longer term. Longer term waves are above zero. So that's why you could slowly, ease into this one and, buy Medtronic stock outright, or you could buy some call option like we talked about here. So let's look at a few more stocks here and go from there. So as you look through, we got MMAT, Meta Materials. It also has got a 1 day. If you want to, buy some Meta into this news here, given RSI is low price stock here, you could go buy some Meta or even Harmony Gold for the matter. Low price stock, that will also work. Looks like all the gold stocks are really squeezing here. That's a good news. We can buy some gold stock here. And we got a few more here. We got Horizon here. It's a biotech stock here. Stock is it's right now it's down here. We got a 3-day squeeze. You could buy some Horizon here. And we could also do some BDX, one of my favorite stock here. It's on a weekly squeeze. Stock is slowly turn around in a 5-day here. You could do a spread on the BDX here. Let's go in here and look at BDX. So as you look at the BDX here, we got a let's see here, a squeeze forming in a weekly chart. When the squeeze is forming, longer term C wave is above zero, and we got squeeze here on a monthly chart. When the squeeze is forming, longer term C wave is above zero, and as you see here, it's a little bit stalling. The direction is a little bit downwards. That's why you got to be a little bit conservative, but still it's above zero. but it's a little bit getting weaker here. I think if you see these type of candidates here, you could pass this on for now and look after better candidates, so that way you don't fall into the money losing trap here. And as you scan through, we got a few more here. Darden, one of my favorite restaurant stock here. A lot of reopening going on here. So right now RSI is 47. You could buy some Darden at these levels. I think it's a good one here and go from there. So if you put DRI here, Darden. So keep watching here, Darden. We got squeeze forming in the weekly chart here, and the squeeze is forming longer term. Wave C wave is above zero. You could buy some Darden here. Stock being at 154, you could buy stock outright, or you could buy some call option here. As you look through Darden, you could go probably 154 days out. Keep watching here. PC ratio, put call ratio 0.25. That tells you more option. There are more option buyers than sellers when it comes to call option. More call option buyers than put option buyers. So with that, go in here and you could do some spread, or you could buy outright delta 70 call. Right, 74 works or 69 works also, or you could buy a spread. Stock being at 54, 154, we could do 150, 160 spread here and take it from there. Something like this here, you could just buy the spread here, 150, 160. There you go. So if you do that here, you pay 450 and remaining portion of the $10 wide spread is your money. So you pay 440 to make 560, more than double your money proposition here. If the stock goes above 154.40, which is below current stock price, you'll make money. So this is a good way to play, and you could go from there. As you scan through, we got a few more here. You could look at these also, do the same way. Look at the chart and see if it's going higher or lower. Typically, my recommendation is really all these stocks have got low IV percent, low, the RSI here. You could always look at low RSI candidates. And even if you want to be a little more conservative, you could also say, give me low IV percentile. I would say IV percentile less than 45 here, or even 40. So these are the stronger candidates. John Carter always tells you, look at low volatility candidates if you want to go higher, if you want to buy. So these are the candidates you could buy here. As you see here, whether you're an option buyer or a stock buyer, if you focus on these names here, these are all low RSI candidates, low low IV percentile candidates. That tells you these have got more room to run higher. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe and have a great week.